The first step when solving these proofs is to get everything in terms of sine and cosine. So for the first term, we have secant theta. Let's look on the trig identity sheet to see what we can replace this for. Right here, we see that secant theta is equivalent to 1 over cosine theta. Okay, so we'll make that substitution. 1 over cosine theta. Very good. Next term, we have negative sine theta, tan theta. Okay, well, sine theta is okay to keep according to our strategy, but tan theta, we need to see what we can replace it with. So we'll go to our trig identity sheet. See that tan theta is equal to sine theta over cosine theta. So we'll make that substitution. Sine theta over cosine theta. Okay, and that's all equal to the right side, which is cosine theta. Very good. We can complete this step by multiplying this term. So we'll have 1 over cosine theta minus sine theta multiplied by sine theta on the top, the numerator, gives us sine squared theta, and that's over cosine theta. And that's equal to our right side, which we haven't changed. So similar to the other example we did, you're going to start to see something happen here. And that's these two terms have a common denominator. Since they have the common denominator, you can just simply write it as 1 minus, excuse me, sine squared theta all over cosine theta. Okay, and that's equal to our right side. Like I said in the other video, I don't expect you to know all of the trig identities. However, there should be a few that start to see or start to become more and more apparent. This is one of them, 1 minus sine squared theta. I'll show you why over on the identity sheet. This identity here can be written a few different ways, okay? But the one that we're going to use today is when you move the sine squared theta, which is this first term, over to this side of the equal sign. We can rewrite that as cosine squared theta equal to 1 minus sine squared theta. Okay? So this is what we have. We're going to substitute it with cosine squared theta. Show you how we do that. So we just said that 1 minus sine squared theta is equal to cosine squared theta. Made our substitution. The denominator, of course, doesn't change. So that'll stay as cosine theta. And that's equal to our right side, which we haven't changed in a while. As our last step, cancel out the cosine on the bottom, or the denominator. We cancel out the squared here, which gives us final answer of cosine theta over 1, which is equal to cosine theta, which is from the very first, which is in the question actually. And we can just write cosine theta to complete the question. We have the left side, which is equal to the right side. That's your final answer. So to go over what we did, we first got everything in terms of sine and cosine. We then made a substitution based on our trig identity sheet. We then canceled out the numerator and the denominator to get our final answer of cosine theta is equal to cosine theta.